There comes a moment in every life when the mirror stops lying, when you can no longer hide behind your excuses, your distractions, or your delays. When you realize that the world isn't waiting for you to be ready, it's moving on without you. That's the moment success begins, not when the stars align, not when the timing is perfect, but when you decide to stop waiting for the world to give you permission to rise. Waiting has destroyed more dreams than failure ever has. Men and women with potential beyond measure have lived and died waiting for the right time. But here's the truth: the successful have always known time does not grant you power. Action does. Opportunity does not knock on every door. It waits for the sound of footsteps moving toward it. You were not designed to drift. You were designed to dominate. To take the raw material of your thoughts and hammer them into reality. You are not meant to sit on the sidelines of your own destiny, staring at the field of possibility, wondering when your moment will come. Your moment is now. Because success begins the moment you stop waiting. When Thomas Edison was told his ideas were impossible, he didn't wait for approval, he went to work. 10,000 failed attempts later, he didn't have excuses, he had a light bulb. When Henry Ford was told the automobile was a foolish dream, he didn't wait for the industry to change, he changed it. When Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination, he didn't wait for validation, he imagined a world no one else could see. Every great name you know was once an unknown soul who stopped waiting and started believing. You see, the act of waiting is an act of fear disguised as patience. You tell yourself you're preparing, but what you're really doing is protecting yourself from the pain of failure. You tell yourself you're not ready, but no one is ever truly ready. The world belongs to those who move before they feel prepared, to those who build the wings on the way down. Faith is not born in comfort. Faith is forged in uncertainty. It is the decision to walk into the dark and trust that something powerful lives inside you, something that can handle the unknown. The truth is, success is never found in waiting. It is found in momentum. In that first call you make when your hands are shaking. In that early morning when you rise while the world sleeps. In that decision to start, even when the path ahead is not clear. The greatest enemy you will ever face is not failure, not rejection, not loss. It is hesitation. Hesitation kills ambition. It takes your burning desire and turns it into smoke. Every time you hesitate, a piece of your potential withers away. And every time you act even imperfectly, you breathe life into your purpose. You must stop waiting for motivation and start creating it through movement. Stop waiting for clarity and find it through action. Stop waiting for the fear to vanish, it never will. You simply learn to move with it, to use it as fuel. Greatness is not reserved for the chosen few. It is claimed by the relentless few. The ones who stop asking, "When will it be my turn?" and start declaring, "This is my time." There is a fire inside you that's been whispering your name since the day you were born. A voice that says, "You were made for more." But every time you say, "Someday," that voice grows quieter. Every time you say, "I'll start next week," that fire loses its heat. And one day, if you're not careful, it will fade completely. That is why you must act now. Because the world does not reward intention, it rewards execution. The dreamers get inspired, but the doers get paid. The thinkers create ideas, but the action takers build empires. You have within you the same raw energy that built nations, moved industries, and transformed the course of history. You have the same power that lived in Carnegie's vision, in Lincoln's conviction, in Hill's philosophy. The only difference between them and the countless millions who never rose is this: they stopped waiting. They didn't wait for the economy to shift, for the environment to improve, for people to believe in them. They believed first, and then the world followed. Belief is the foundation of all achievement. It is the invisible force that turns thoughts into things. When you believe you can, Your mind begins to align your actions, your energy, and your circumstances toward that belief. But when you doubt, you paralyze your own potential. Doubt is the silent thief of destiny. Faith is not blind, it is visionary. It sees what does not yet exist. It trusts in the unseen power of intention and effort. And that is where your journey to success truly begins, in the mind that refuses to surrender. Stop waiting for proof and start producing it. Stop waiting for signs and start becoming the sign. Stop waiting for opportunity and create it through relentless motion. Every great empire started as an idea. Every fortune bega, you will be tested. The moment you stop waiting and start moving, life will not roll out a red carpet. It will test your strength. It will measure the depth of your belief. It will whisper, "Are you sure you want this?" And every time you answer yes, you rise a little higher. Because life does not give to the weak what belongs to the strong. It rewards those who persist when logic says stop. It bends in favor of those who refuse to bend. It unveils its secrets to those who prove their worth through action, not words. When you step into the arena of ambition, you will meet resistance from others, from circumstances, from your own doubt. But that resistance is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is life's way of sharpening your edges, of sculpting your character into something capable of holding greatness. Steel cannot become a sword without fire. You cannot become successful without struggle. Every storm that comes to break you arrives to build you. Every obstacle hides an opportunity waiting for the brave to uncover it. Every setback is the universe asking, "How bad do you want it?" Because those who want it badly enough will keep walking through the storm until they find the calm. Resilience is not about never falling, it's about refusing to stay down. Every time you rise after being knocked down, you evolve. You gain a layer of strength that cannot be taken away. You start to realize that pain is not a punishment, it is preparation. The same pressure that crushes the weak creates diamonds in the strong. You are being shaped by the challenges you face. Do not curse the pressure, learn to use it. Do not flee the difficulty, learn to dominate it. You are not being buried, you are being planted. Every successful person you admire was once in the dirt, unseen, uncelebrated, underestimated. But they used the soil as fuel. They grew roots before they grew wings. And when they rose, they were unshakable. So when you feel like giving up, remember this. The world only remembers those who finish. The graveyard is filled with almost success stories, people who stopped 1 inch short of victory because they couldn't handle the delay. Do not join them. Stay the course. Endure the silence. Build in the dark until the light has no choice but to reveal you. Success does not happen overnight. It happens over time, through unseen labor, uncelebrated effort, and unwavering faith. Your consistency will be tested long before you are crowned. Your patience will be stretched before your purpose is fulfilled. And your faith will be questioned before it is rewarded. But remember, the man who persists when others quit will always win. Because persistence is the proof of belief. When you continue despite the odds, you announce to the universe, "I am serious." And the universe responds to seriousness. Adaptability is another law of the greats. Those who succeed are not always the most talented, they are the most flexible. They bend without breaking. They pivot when the path changes. They understand that when the wind shifts, it's not time to complain, it's time to adjust the sails. Success in this age belongs to the adaptable mind, to those who see failure not as the end, but as feedback. To those who understand that every closed door redirects them to the one that matters. To those who evolve faster than their excuses. Look at every innovator, every mogul, every titan, from Edison to Jobs, from Carnegie to Musk, they all share this. They adapted faster than the world expected. They turned rejection into redirection. They never clung to comfort. They pursued growth. And that's what you must do: evolve or evaporate. Your mind must become a laboratory of reinvention. Never get attached to the way things are. Get obsessed with what they could be. Because success belongs to the builders of the new. To those who look at chaos and say, there is opportunity here. Change is not your enemy, stagnation is. Adaptation is not weakness, it is intelligence. The world rewards those who learn, unlearn, and relearn faster than their fear. But in your pursuit of greatness, do not forget gratitude. Because gratitude keeps the soul grounded when the ego starts to rise. It reminds you that even when you're climbing, you are already blessed. It transforms every challenge into a lesson, and every victory into a gift. Gratitude is not a soft emotion, it is a weapon of the wise. It turns bitterness into energy. It transforms scarcity into abundance. And it keeps you in harmony with the source that gave you everything. Be grateful for the struggle, it's proof that you're alive. Be grateful for the delay, it's training your patience. Be grateful for the doubters, they're teaching you self-belief. And be grateful for the small wins, they are bricks in the foundation of your legacy. When you live with gratitude, you shift your frequency from lack to power. You stop chasing validation and start creating value.